Sometimes you want to bring some magic into the classroom, and what better way to do it than with storybooks? Let's have a look at the different types of stories you can use in the classroom and how to get better at your storytelling skills with a little bit of magic. Hi, I'm Damien here, one of Pavilion ELT's vloggers, and in 2021 we're looking at professional development and the skills you should be focusing on. In this episode, I'm turning my eye to storytelling. At my school, storytelling runs through all the levels from youngest to oldest, and the types of stories I use in the classroom could be grouped into 4 categories. 1, picture books. 2, tales and fables. 3, video telling. And 4, teacher-led stories. In this video, I'm going to look briefly at each category and give you some professional development tips along the way. By the end of the episode, you should have a better understanding of how to deliver stories in the classroom. Picture books. Picture books are a great way to present authentic English in the classroom. They also aid understanding with their illustrations, making the new language easier to process. Picture books often model ethical behaviour too, which is good if you follow the philosophy of teaching the whole child, not just language. They also give opportunities for repetitive language exposure and use. Alice and Ibrahim, in their book Teaching Children How to Learn, give a useful checklist to prepare yourself before reading a picture book in the classroom. They say before the lesson you should focus on the following. How will you hold the book and turn the pages? How will you get the children to sit? When will you point to pictures to illustrate meaning? Where will you pause in the story to invite the children to join in? What extra support might you need to aid children's understanding, such as flashcards, props, and sound effects? And how may you vary your voice and gestures to enhance the story experience? Finally, practice reading the story aloud a few times before you bring it into the classroom. Fables and folk tales. Heathfield promotes the use of fables and tales in the classroom. These stories are usually retold by the teacher without the support of illustrations. In his book, Storytelling with Our Students, he gives some tips on how to get the most out of fables in the classroom. I'll summarise some of the best ones here. Anything to do with helping you get the most out of your voice is useful. Do some breathing and voice warm-up exercises. Practice modulating the pitch, tempo and volume of your voice. Think about the different characters' voices and how you'll present them. How will you use facial expressions, body language, mime and sound effects to support your storytelling? Use repetition, and get your students repeating phrases from the story chorally. Get students to respond creatively at the end of the tale by doing a role play, retelling the story, giving a personal experience related to the story, or a freeze. Also, David Heathfield has a regular column in English Teaching Professional. If you have a subscription, you can access his whole catalogue of past stories and tales with classroom activities. Video telling. When my students hit their teenage years, I like to use Jamie Keddy's storytelling technique called video telling. Video telling is an approach to video in which story and people come to the front of the classroom. Keddy gives you 4 principles to help you better use video in the classroom with the video telling framework. 1, videos are artifacts, and it's the teacher's job to contextualize the artifact, to make connections between the video and the artifact, to prime the audience for the story or stories that the artifact is associated with. This could involve talking about how you found the video, what does it mean to you, or why did you choose it. 2, videos are usually thought of belonging on the screen, but video also lives in our minds. Putting video narratives into words is something we do in everyday conversation and you can do in the classroom. This is putting the story first. You describe the video and students imagine what the video is like before watching it. 3. After uncovering a new layer in the story, language learners can revisit the story text. This can be good for strengthening comprehension, vocabulary and grammar. Try sandwiching the video between 2 activities using the written version of the story told in the video. 4. Individuals make their own meaning from a story. Get students to note down 8 expressions they'd like to take away with them to remember, or get them to retell the story in their own words. Video telling is a great alternative to just saying, I'm going to show you a video today. It allows you to squeeze as many learning opportunities as possible from a video using a story-driven approach. Teacher-led stories. This final type of storytelling is all about you. Using your own stories is a great way to engage students in the classroom. Let me give you an example. Here's a photo of me 20 years ago at Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park. Now, Speaker's Corner is a place where anyone can go and stand on a milk crate and give their opinion on a topic. Now I lead into this speaking activity by giving some background about Speaker's Corner, and then I show the image of me at Speaker's Corner and I ask the students to try and guess what topic I talked about on that day. Students give their ideas and finally I tell them we're going to recreate Speaker's Corner in the classroom. Each student needs to come up with a 2-minute presentation giving their opinion on a topic, and after they prepare it, each student will have a turn to stand on a milk crate and deliver their presentation to the class, just like Speaker's Corner. I think contextualizing this presentation with a personal story makes it a lot more engaging for students. So at my school, I include all these types of stories in the syllabus, and I also conduct regular PD on how to get the most out of storytelling in the classroom using a lot of the principles that we discussed in this episode. Before you go, think about what type of stories you like to tell in the classroom and share your ideas in the comments below. Also, remember to subscribe, like, share, and all that other stuff to keep up to date with everything that's Pavilion ELT. Thanks for watching and good luck with bringing some magic in the classroom with storytelling. In the next episode, we'll be focusing on another aspect of professional development. See you next time.